Oh!
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Review Show. I'm your host, Chris. Joining today is my co-host, JoJo.
Hi.
I don't think either one of us are excited to be here right now.
Yeah.
So in case you didn't know, we are going to be going into the Resident Evil Infinite Darkness review show. 100% spoilers. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it, come back. It's not very long at all, which was by far my first complaint before I started watching the show, and then many more followed. But 4 episodes, about 20 to 23 minutes apiece. Not a long watch at all. Very quick to get through. And yeah, I guess let's start the fucking show.
You just reminded me that it's called Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, and why the fuck is it called Resident Evil Infinite Darkness? What does
No
that title have
fucking
to do with
clue.
anything?
Nothing. Literally, unless they're just
Never
like...
a thing they say or reference or any...
I mean...
They
unless
solved it.
they're
It
just...
seems like finite darkness.
Yeah. I mean, unless they're just talking about the fact that the zombie apocalypse is just going to be forever something that Resident Evil's going to deal with, and at that point it's like, well, I mean, we know. We already know.
Like,
I
yeah,
mean,
this isn't...
Just brings me to Chris whenever he's sitting there at the end of 8 and he's sitting in the fucking car and he's just like, I'm getting too old for this shit. It's been this many years.
Jumping to the very, very end real quick, when Leon has a chip and he's like, I'm gonna solve this myself, and like, no you're not, because Tricell was in that ending clip and Chris solves that. Leon, you don't deal with that at all.
Like, at all. You know. Yep. It's interesting. So we'll save our ratings for the end, because I want to leave some little spoiler here. Or not spoiler, but I want to leave some suspense here.
Sure.
What I did like. We'll jump into what I did like. I liked the animation, except for Claire. I felt Claire's character was very ugly. I don't know if it was her nose, what it was about her character. There's something about Claire that wasn't Claire.
I was going to say ugly, but her face was off-putting.
Yes. Compared to, like, Resident Evil 2 Remake Claire.
Well, compared to all... It's just... Everything looks very real in this, and so she has, like, a bit of an uncanny valley thing where I think they animate up her eyes too much or something.
Yeah.
Like, her eyes are too big relative to her face for a real human being. And that makes it weird. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one. I'm trying to think of another one.
So, like, it looks real, and there's no human beings in the shot. It just looks real. Like, sometimes it just looks like a real outside setting. And then, if the lighting's right and the people are far enough away, it still kind of looks real. Then, see a lot of, like, weird... Their walk cycles look bad a lot of the time. Like, when they're walking and the animation of them walking somewhere repeats, it looks, like, jerky in a weird way, occasionally.
Okay.
That, like, threw me off. And
perfect. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You only have to watch the series if you don't want to. If you want to know what JoJo's talking about, go to the end of the last episode.
Yeah,
where Leon walks away from Claire. Yes, dude. That was so bad. So bad.
Weird.
I was like, oh my god, what is happening right now? Oh, that was so bad. So bad. God damn it.
It looks like the whole thing is like a very long video game cutscene, or it's the collection of the cutscenes from a video game that doesn't exist.
Right.
Like, and so sometimes it looks better than a game cutscene, and then sometimes it looks not so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
It has the same problems, or like there's a crowd shot too of like the press conference. It's like you see all these reporting people like sitting down in chairs. And if you look at those people, you'll see like 6 of them doing the same exact animation. Get into the chair. They like look down and talk like, "Can I get past you?" And they sit down simultaneously.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, that character backfill. There's a YouTube channel called Rooster Teeth, and not that you don't know who they are, but for people watching as well, there's a YouTube channel called Rooster Teeth, and they had an animated show where it was, kind of a pet project for the person who was doing it. R.I.P. Monty Ohm, one of the best fucking animators that ever graced the earth. But he was making the show, and it was kind of low budget, so they made a joke about themselves way later on in the series about it. But it's like every character was just reused character models of the main characters, just without the capes and shit. And so a lot of them would be doing the same motions in the background and stuff like that, especially when there were crowds and you had to pay attention to see it. So there's this one episode where they're running around, they're all like, is it weird to you that some of these background characters that never talk to us, some kind of look like us a little bit and stuff like they actually make fun of themselves for it. I thought it was pretty funny. But that's fair.
I get it. It's they got a budget and that's shortcut stuff, but it stands out more in this specifically because everything looks so real. Yeah. But when there's these glitches or whatever, or just these things that clue you into, oh, this is a computer, it stands out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. There were a couple things, I can't remember a lot of them. Honestly, I only remember one of them right now, that were kind of nice little nods, I think, to the actual game series. One of them, sure. Leon, how excited he was whenever he picked up the fucking rocket launcher. It just really gave me that whole Mr. X feel.
So that guy at the end there, Jason, has this big pulsing red heart weak point. Mm-hmm. That's not actually what he does. They don't actually shoot that weak point. I was really disappointed.
Yep.
What the fuck was up with that guy?
Jason?
His whole motivation, everything going on with him at the end, none of that made any sense to me.
Any sense at all. Oh my... Jason, by far, in my opinion, was the worst part of the entire show.
Just...
The character, in general, was the worst part of the entire show. I mean, him killing What's-Her-Face?
What the... Yes, I said...
It's so unwarranted.
I blurted out loud to no one, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Literally zero sense.
What was his motivation to do that? It didn't make it.
And to have Leon in his grasp and not kill Leon. Someone who previously technically killed him earlier on in the show.
He's your only friend. Why did you kill her?
Made zero fucking sense, dude. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't see it coming, though. I'll give him that. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
Whenever he fucking killed her, I was in the middle of it was getting to the end of the last episode. I'm already pretty much out of the series at this point. I'm still in enough that I want to know what happens, but it was definitely one of those kind of and I was like this, and all of a sudden, I heard him talking to her. I looked up, and I saw he was screaming, or squeezing her, and I was just like, all of a sudden, I heard the sound of blood. I looked up. I was like, hold on. What the? Did he just kill her? What just happened? I had to, rewind it. I was like, what? This makes no sense. No sense.
I should explain in case someone's actually watching this who hasn't watched this damn thing we're talking about. There's a guy. He's a military guy. His unit goes down in the fake country they made up called Panamstan, which is a key... plot point the whole time, and they gave it the name Panamstan. It does not sound good. It does not roll off the tongue. No. They say it so much. The point is, he gets infected and has to take a drug to himself from becoming a full-on zombie, and then he's mad at the government. There's a Secretary of Defense who's behind all of it, and so Jason wants to expose them and also expose the world, I guess. And at the end, he becomes one of those big ass monsters like Resident Evil bosses all look like.
You see him in the trailer.
Yeah.
Whenever he says his famous line, "Fear comes from terror."
Yeah, those
and I will spread fear everywhere.
Terrified and afraid are just synonyms, dude. It's not poignant.
Oh my god.
So I couldn't figure out why they even at that point all he was saying he was going to do was to reveal himself to the world. So I don't even get why Leon was so hell-bent on stopping him from doing that.
I think what we saw in Leon, which in my opinion is an interesting shift, right? So this, we know for a fact, you said this took place between 4 and 5, right? This game? Or was it between 5 and 6?
Yes. It takes place after 4 for sure.
Okay. So to me, what I think we see in Leon is that I think, honestly, and I might just be out on a limb here, I think Leon might be one of the greatest character progressions that we've ever seen in a video game character, like, ever. And what I mean by that is, think about our first, like, thing with Leon, Resident Evil 2. Rookie cop, showed up late, luckily, and has all this shit going on. I mean, they even pointed out in the remake, I can't remember in the original, obviously, because it's been so fucking long, but even in the remake, they're all like, you need to start thinking about everybody else. He's like, no, I'm a cop, I'm supposed to protect and serve, and that means these people. I got to think about these people, da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. And we even see that a little bit where it's like, how can you be someone who wants to lead this country if you don't care about the people who live in this country? And what I feel that we've seen over the years from going from 2 to going to 4, we're not going to consider 6 anything because, once again, this takes place before 6. I think we start to see Leon understand that there is a bigger picture. So that guy shows himself. What's the fallout? One, all hell breaks loose. That's chaos. 100% chaos. The fear 100% is spread, and as much as I don't want to jump on Jason's bandwagon, the fear is 100% spread at that point. But 2, all faith in any kind of government, out the window. 100% out the window at that point. So now you're just going to have nothing but lawless everywhere. Like,
I mean, but also then you expose, because it keeps happening. Like, Leon, we know for a fact that Leon doesn't fix this for 2 years later. Fucking Wesker does a bunch of shit and is going to do complete global saturation. Like, doesn't actually help. At least then people would know. Like, at least it'd be out there and everyone would have to face it and address that there's fucking zombies all the time.
Yeah.
And also, like, at this point, they keep making these games. Zombies happen a lot, as it turns out.
Apparently. So, I think that's the reason why, 1, he chose not to do the chip, and why 2, he chose not to let him go up there. I think we're seeing Leon develop as a character to the point where he understands that, yes, this is a good thing. People do need to know. But at the same time, there's a time and place for everything. And right now, this isn't going to help anything. This is literally just going to cause mass chaos. Because think about it. If we've got mass chaos, people are going out on all this. If this zombie outbreak is just slowly spreading, the chances of it spreading faster and wider during chaos versus people just living their normal everyday lives. Like, I mean, let's say you're walking down the road. You're heading to go to the fucking store, and then you're grabbing a fucking cup of coffee, then you're heading to your fucking 9-to-5 job. You seeing somebody who's walking around with fucking falling off skin or fucking blood dripping down, looking like they're getting ready to fucking bite somebody, pretty goddamn noticeable. Now, let's go ahead and turn the tables. All the shit's been released. You're now walking down the street, trying not to get hit by all the people who are looting and rioting and shit like that. Stores are on fire. You see a dude walking around with fucking blood coming down, looking like he's gonna bite somebody. That looks like some pretty normal shit in the middle of all this fucking chaos. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense.
Prepare yourself for it.
You prepare yourself for it, but you're not as like a. It's not going to draw enough attention to stop an outbreak. Where if that dude bit somebody, it's like, oh fuck, take that dude out. Now we need to quarantine this person, figure out what the fuck's going on. In the middle of a chaos, it's just going to look like people are brawling. There are going to be 20 people bit before that one motherfucker dies.
Overstating how chaotic I think you would get. People, I mean, we had terrorist attacks and stuff. This is like a creepier thing, obviously, but like. People are busy. People don't have time to riot.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Here, Capcom's other zombie franchise, Dead Rising, actually went.
I didn't know that was Dead. I didn't know that was Capcom.
Oh yeah.
Oh really? Okay. Dead Rising. Goddamn.
So after that first game, like, zombies become public knowledge in that universe, and they have a similar thing with like a drug to keep getting fully zombified.
Right.
And it's handled better in that game.
Right. My biggest issue, so Claire, I get it. She's been a journalist since fucking day one. I get that. And that's fine. Sure. I don't have an issue with Claire's character. Her getting the information she got was so stupid, super easy as far as, like, we've got 4 episodes. We can't just put only Leon in here. We have to give another big name character have to. Let's fucking just randomly fucking throw Claire in here,
Right,
and we'll find her a purpose sooner or later.
It was so contrived, but also she didn't do anything.
She did absolutely nothing to help.
She got that information, but like Leon already knew what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, Leon had already killed some zombies, and she's like, "Leon, doesn't this look like what happened to Raccoon City?" It's like, I mean, he'd already killed zombies at that fucking point.
And then that bad guy kidnaps her, and you think, okay, he's gonna have to use her as a hostage to get to Leon or something. No, he just gets fucking killed bit by Jason.
Jason, dude.
Jason's nickname was Mad Dog, but also his unit was called the Mad Dogs. Mm-hmm. So was everyone's nickname in that Mad Dog, or just him?
It was everybody, dude. There was Mad Dog, Mad Pup, Mad Chihuahua, Mad Doberman. Like, they just started going down the dog breeds, dude. Mad Pitbull. So the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
Super guessable from the get-go. Their first encounter with that guy, right out the bat, I was like, whatever fuckery is going on in this show, that's the guy. 100%, that's the guy. From the first encounter with him, I was like, whatever fuckery is happening, it's this asshole. 100%.
Also, like,
I was not
Jason
surprised.
Being infected was so, like, the moment they're like,
oh, that was stupid.
Here he is shaking in a bathroom, and he's got a syringe. It's like, okay.
Yeah, okay, exactly. He's staving off infection for sure. I will say this. So, my girlfriend wants to start watching a lot more stuff with subtitles on. So as my daughter gets older, it's easier for her to, try to start learning to read right off the bat and being able to hear people sound out words. Not a bad idea. I hate shit with subtitles on. Fucking hate it. I'm like, it's useless, taking up fucking space on the screen. I hate subtitles. So whenever she puts subtitles on, and then I go to watch something on my computer and I turn them off, and then whenever she turns back on, I forget about it. So I was watching the whole first episode with subtitles. And then the second episode is when they're in the submarine, I believe. Yeah. To the second episode or the end of the first, whatever. Either way. Second episode, they're in the submarine. I can't tell you how many times I saw the words pop up, flesh or squelching flesh. And I was just like, that's a way to describe that. Yeah. That's a way to describe that. Like, I was just like, God damn. And I finally noticed it. I was like, all right, I turned the subtitles off. So the infected rats were cool as shit. That was awesome. Yeah. Jason and I can't remember what the chick's name, the chick agent.
And May.
Okay, yeah, May. Yeah. Everybody, we all thought was fucking what's her face from 2.
Ada Wong.
Completely wrong about that one.
Racist of us, I guess.
It was a racist assumption of us for sure. Not all Chinese people look alike, or Asian descent. I don't know if she was specifically
very associated with Leon. It was not an unfair assumption.
Yeah, it was not an unfair assumption, but sure, we'll take the slap on the wrist for that one. Anyways, them killing the people in the submarine, something else that made no sense. Who the fuck drove that after that?
No one did, because they got into an escape hatch thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They did get an escape hatch. That's what it was. Okay, yeah, I remember that now.
But yes, also, like, what was the plan with... Did Jason want Leon with them or not? Because he fully left Leon to die, and then let Leon get onto this escape thing, and then was, like, telling Leon to help him, and then...
Yeah, I agree. That shit was a fucking mess as well. I hate it when characters in movies say cheesy shit. I hate it. I also hate it when characters in movies and TV shows that I specifically like, or it's like my first time seeing an adaptation of them. Like, for instance, Cloud Strife is a perfect example. In the original game, he literally says, "Let's mosey." It's been memed all over the fucking place. It is great.
Yeah.
I was 100% positive they were going to put that in the fucking movie when they came out, and they didn't. I 100% they did, but they did do the dilly dally shilly shally.
Dilly dally shilly shally
which was cheesy, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed when Cloud showed up, and she's just like, "You showed up." He's like, "Yeah, I feel a lot lighter. Maybe from all that dilly dally shilly shally." I like that. That was awesome. So I also liked it when they did it with Leon. Whenever all those rats broke out, he's like, "Damn it, I really wish I had some cheese right now." I was like, you know what? I appreciate that. I fucking appreciate that. I like that. That was good.
That's the Leon I like, is Resident Evil 4 Leon, who's like making jokes about the guy's right hand coming off and stuff. Like,
yeah, that's the good Leon.
enough Resident Evil 4 Leon for me.
And man, maybe it's because it was in every fucking trailer. I was so tired of hearing Claire going, "That suit doesn't suit you." I get it. We get it
right,
at
it
this
doesn't.
point. We 100%. I don't think the people who wrote this show could have made the fucking point any fucking clearer that this is not the Leon we are all happy to see. And that there's a good chance that if they do something else, this will not be the Leon that we see in that one. Like, I get it.
Right,
I fucking get it.
Now they gotta get him to where he is in Resident Evil 6, I guess? Or do they not even care because no one cares? Cause...
I don't know if... So we know this takes place between 5 and 6, or 4 and 5.
5.
I don't know how much they're actually really going to follow the canon story with this. I mean, technically they really could do what they want. I guess depending on what Capcom has allowed. But
yeah.
I don't know.
They're just putting stuff in gap time. They do that a lot, actually.
Yeah. What I really wanted to see... So first off, my first complaint with this whole thing was that it was way too short. I feel with the amount of hype that we got for it to be something that was Resident Evil related, like 4 episodes that are only 20 minutes apiece was kind of bullshit. That being said, with how terrible it was, I'm glad I didn't have to suffer through longer episodes.
I don't know. Sure. I don't know why it's episodic. It was basically the length of a movie.
That could have just been a movie.
Make a movie, and they edited it in weird ways where like they kept showing us that fucking scene of the guys in the military dudes getting a rocket shot at them. Yeah. And they show you like 20 seconds more of it to get more context, but like stop. I just saw this.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It was weird. I don't know. It was weird. But I will say what I was hoping would happen as I was starting the first episode and seeing how short this run was going to be was that they would do something like Resident Evil 6 where like the next 4 episodes are already done and we would hear that they're coming out in like the next month or two and it would be like Chris Redfield and like Jill Valentine and then another 4 episodes would come out and it'd be like Ada Wong and whatever
yeah.
You know, shit like that. I thought that would be cool. Now I hope that's not what's going to happen. I hope that this is Infinite Darkness and we don't ever see the light of another episode again. Like this is
yeah.
This is it.
I mean, it did 4 episodes for Castlevania the first season, and then they renewed it and said like, okay, do a bunch more. So if this was successful, they could say, hey, do a bunch more, and they probably shouldn't because it's not good.
I'm gonna look up the reviews on it right now. I wonder what the reviews are.
I bet negative. Like, if you're a person who doesn't care about Resident Evil, like, in general, you would not enjoy this at all.
Yeah, 3.6 out of 5 so far. But only has 679. I think that's just the audience rating. It got a 6 out of 10, or audience rating for Netflix. I think it got a 6 out of 10 on IMDb. It got a 7 out of 10 on IGN, but I don't fucking... IGN's such a fucking joke to me. 62% of people like this show.
53% on Rotten Tomatoes.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. Rotten Tomatoes is what I was looking for.
And an average audience score of 45%.
That's what I like. Yeah, see, the critic score, I don't give a fuck. But the audience score, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, critic score is pretty negative, too, it looks like. Yeah, it's not...
I do like this first... I do like the first fucking comment on this, though. After doing the big series binge, I was excited to see that this show is available on Netflix. After my disappointment with Resident Evil Vendetta, my expectations with this film were, well, not very high. Oh, God. There we go. Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes. Sweet. Yeah, damn. 45% audience score. That's bad.
It looks like a lot of people gave it, like, 2.5 out of 5, 5 out of 10, that kind of thing, which is... okay. Sure.
It wasn't good. It
was not.
Unfortunate. It was not a good show.
So, for the first 3 episodes, before I think I was thinking like, oh, this is 5 out of 10. Sure, this is okay, objectionable, and then I fucking got so mad at the last episode.
The last episode was so bad.
It was such nonsense.
I did like how he literally took homie's arm off with one fucking sniper shot. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it was cool to watch. In reality, whenever you're facing these Resident Evil bosses, zero chance that would have happened. Zero chance that would have fucking happened. If he was just like a normal zombie, absolutely.
That was like an anti-material rifle or something. That was some like heavy duty thing,
dude.
That was a huge gun.
Leon took that fucking arm off. Ugh.
Yeah.
But another thing that I've really appreciated is we got to see Leon do some Leon type shit that Leon should not be able to do, but because it's Leon, we all let it happen. Like, yeah. I think that's one of the things that I love about Leon as a character. Same thing with Chris. They're in the same fucking category of this. Is that they're so beloved that they do shit that they should not be able to do, like punching boulders. And we just don't care. We're just like, you know what? Fuck yeah, that's our guys. Like, fucking Leon did so much cool shit in this show. And I was just like, I mean, for instance, like, even that last scene where he drops the fucking crate and him and that one guy go tumbling down. 0% chance. I don't give a fuck how many times you tried it with the fucking harness on. Don't care. The chances of you grabbing that and then not ripping your fucking arms out of the socket trying to hold on to it, 0% chance that would have happened. And then, like, how he did that whole dashing save to get over there to save fucking Claire within, like, half a second. He covered, like, half the size of a fucking football field. Like, bruh, come on. But it's Leon. He's a fucking badass. So it's like, oh, dude, that was fucking cool as shit. Like, when Cloud did it in fucking Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Jeff was like, oh, that was cool. It was like, that makes sense. Cloud's had some augmentation. Leon has not. Leon is just a fucking guy. Like, literally a guy. That's all Leon is. So, I'll take it, dude. It's fucking Leon.
Yeah, so that crate drop thing, and then earlier when he, like, electrifies all those rats, in both cases, just, like, hanging on a thing. And then they cut without you ever seeing how he gets down.
Gets out of the situation.
Like, oh, he's just hanging on this rope above acid, right? How is he going to get down? Or
plot.
They got fucking her arm broken, and then you don't see her again until she's just fine outside somehow. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
It's fucking nuts, dude. It's fucking nuts. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. I was really excited for it. It came out, and I was not as excited by the time I finished it, which is unfortunate. Yeah, it just sucks, man, because I'm at a point where, like, I don't have a lot of shows that I'm currently watching right now, and I still haven't started Loki, but I'm going to be doing that, because we're all going to be doing our review show for Loki coming out here soon, too. But, like, I've heard nothing but terrible reviews about Loki. Like, nothing but terrible, which is
what
crazy.
Are you talking about? Loki's amazing.
Dude, I kid you not, the entire group of people I surround myself with, if I had to be honest with you, it's like 75% thinks Loki's TV show is fucking trash, and the other is like Loki's fucking great. Like, it's fucking great. I'm gonna watch it.
I see overwhelming praise for Loki on the internet.
I'm gonna fucking watch it. Like, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, but and then we got Black Widow coming up as well. I gotta fucking buy that and watch that because I gotta see. God, please don't destroy Taskmaster. Oh my gosh. That's the thing I'm worried about the most, but we'll see. It's like, I was talking to somebody about it. I think I might even talk to you about it as well. I feel like the chance of rallying the Black Widow fan base was before she died.
I mean, this made a ton of money already. This has been actually a blowout success.
But to be fair, I want to see the ratings, not the money it brings in.
Oh.
I feel in this day and age with certain things like Mortal Kombat, we can all say was okay movie. Did it deserve to make as much money as it did? I don't believe so. But it was the first Mortal Kombat we've had in how long? How long has it been since we've had a Marvel movie?
A long time. But also, it was like a decent Mortal Kombat movie, which is a eyeball.
It was decent. It was decent. Yeah, it was decent for sure, but still, for it to blow out box offices the way it did, it's like,
No, it
And
sounds
then we
like
go
the
and
Black
look at
Widow
the
movie
score, and a
is
lot
kind
of people fucking hated it. So
shaky. This seems like it's not great. Black
yeah,
Widow, probably.
my problem is that it's the same problem I have, and I hate saying this because it's my favorite character. Same problem I have with the Deadpool movie, Deadpool 2, is that they have a character that they could potentially make a franchise out of. It's not like Black Widow is not an interesting character. If they were just to go do like Black Widow origin shit and the stuff she had to go through, they could easily make a fucking trilogy out of that alone. That
Yeah,
would
sure.
be very interesting and very good and help a lot of people who like Black Widow understand the character even more. But they decide to do this team up shit, which completely destroys the whole let's focus on this character becoming a trilogy scenario, and it's their fan base, and let's give them all these characters that no one fucking knows, no one gives a shit about, and try to make them popular as well. It's like everybody starts off with the idea of cool, let's do an Iron Man movie, and then by movie 2 is like cool, let's turn Iron Man movie into a Guardian of the Galaxy movie and get the success of a full fucking team. Like, how many people are dying to see fucking Hop from Stranger Things continue on in the Marvel universe as whoever the fuck he's playing in this movie with
Red
his own
Guardian.
fucking Red Guardian. I call fucking the poor man's Captain America, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, who cares? You know what I mean? No one fucking gives a shit. No one cares. There's never going to be a Red Guardian. I'm sorry, Hop. If I can take your ass back to Hawkins, because that's where you're going to make your money.
Disney Plus series. He's got a super team. There's a bear. He has a bear on his team.
Oh my god. Oh no. It's fucking no.
They got blonde Black Widow now.
I mean, that you're not wrong. There is blonde Black Widow, so there's that too. And there's been multiple Black Widows, so it's not like they don't have the options. But I don't know.
Also, I think Scarlett might just be. She's been doing it a long time now. She might just want to get out. Also,
well, I mean, you gotta look at it around. You know, like I mean, everybody she started this project with is gone. I mean,
yeah,
Chris Evans out. Jeremy Renner.
Buffalo is still hanging.
Anything else? Yeah, I mean, well, maybe
Hemsworth. You know, yeah.
Hemsworth for sure is. Hemsworth like, fuck it, dude, I'm Thor. Like, no one else is Thor. I'm fucking Thor. And I'm fine with that. I've got zero issue with that. I liked a lot of the original cast. I don't want to see Iron Man recasted. I don't want to see fucking Captain America recasted. I don't think there's people that can do those roles better. Same thing with Wolverine. I can't think of anybody else better to don the claws than Hugh Jackman. Like, fucking, I would be a lot happier with a fucking CGI Hugh Jackman moving forward, carrying on Wolverine than goddamn fucking someone else donning the claws.
I'm excited about the potential of a recast Wolverine because they can go, like, the other direction of getting it comic accurate, where it's just a very furry, small man, angry all the, you know, like, gross. Not handsome Hugh Jackman, a gross, scary little man.
Yeah.
It could be fun and different, at least. You know, they can't get.
It would be different, but I mean, that's one character I can say that they might have changed some things. Obviously, with Hugh Jackman being the person that he is, but goddamn, was he not Wolverine? Like, I mean, he was so.
Yeah, of course,
good.
And ultimately, his performance. Obviously, those movies also probably changed the way they did Wolverine in the comics to some degree.
Yeah. Had some influence on him for sure. I'll still never forget the fucking one. Was it Days of Future Past, where they're going and trying to get the team, and they see him in the bar, and they go talk to him. He's like, "Go fuck yourself!" Like right off the bat. It's like, "Hi, my name is Charles Xavier. Go fuck yourself." Okay. Fucking Wolverine, dude. You gotta love him. But anyways, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, since we went off on our tangent,
it's not good.
like we always do. Yeah, it's not good. It's not a good show. I'm sorry.
Don't bother.
It's not good. I guess if we had to give it its dead funny rating, I mean, I don't know. So with games, we normally do out of a 10 scale. Should we change it up for movies and shows? And
I
out of 100
outright to an out of 10 right now. I can just tell you.
Okay, so. Well, to not copy Rotten Tomatoes, then we'll stick to our 1 through 10 scale. So
yeah,
JoJo is dying to get his out. So go ahead, you lead off.
I thought it was like a 5 out of 10 for 3 episodes, and then let's say 3 out of 10 at the end.
Ooh,
Like, it sucks.
steep.
So mad at it by the end.
I think we're pretty much almost on the exact same boat, except I will say this. Once again, Jason destroyed the entire story for me. Like, from the get-go, I did not care about the character Jason. 1. 2, main bad guy, extremely predictable right off the bat.
Right, and
like
just
they could have hit him a little bit more. 3,
just not cool, dude.
You throw a beloved Resident Evil character in to literally do nothing. Resident Evil-ish at all. Claire was a waste of time. So, taking Leon out of the situation, the show's probably a 2. Putting Leon into the situation because it's fucking Leon, it's a 4.
Right,
I'll give it a 4.
Watching Leon for an hour before it all went to shit was like, alright, this is Leon, I'm okay with this.
Yeah. Jason was so terrible. I fucking hated it, dude. I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, I know there are some of you I talk to who you guys have heard us talk about Resident Evil a lot. You guys are excited for a lot of the Resident Evil content that we're going to be having come to the channel. Especially, I know a lot of you showed a lot of love with the very first episode of The Verdict, which we appreciate, which was Resident Evil 8. Unfortunately, we have to tell you this. This is the unfortunate part about being the people that you sometimes come and get this information from, is that the show was bad. And that being said, I've had these conversations with Joey, who is probably the biggest Resident Evil fan I know in the fucking world, from Darkstar, or formerly from Darkstar, and Tony from Darkstar, and trust me, we are all on the same page. This show was fucking ass. It was terrible. It was a very bad show. Yeah, I mean, from CGI being terrible to fucking characters not having any kind of clear motive whatsoever for anything that they're doing, to wasted of space characters, to all kinds of shit. It was not a well done show. I would honestly like to hear, like, once everything's kind of like said and done and the dust settles, you know, like next month, like if somebody from Capcom kind of speaks on it, is like, you know, hey, Netflix had like 98% to do with this project.
There's a long history of bad adaptations of Resident Evil in other forms of media.
We did not need another one.
All those movies. Oh, someone keeps doing it.
What really sucks the most for me on this is, like, I was making a case for this show before it ever came out, which was, and I don't know if I talked about this online yet. I know I talked about this with my girlfriend, a couple of my friends offline. Maybe I've talked about this online, I'm not sure. I would like to see shows like Resident Evil Infinite Darkness have their own category. I don't think they should be considered anime.
We did talk about
that. Yeah. So I'd already made the case for this show, just in case it sucked, just due off of that alone. And it's like, oh, well, it's an anime show, but it wasn't good as like their other originals, like Seven Deadly Sins. It's like, you can't put those in the same category. One is legit anime, manga anime, and the other one is a CGI'd adaptation of a amazing fucking video game that a lot of us love. Like, I just feel like they're two different categories. Like, they don't sit well in the same universe or in the same genre. I feel like animated and anime can be two different categories. There's anime and then there's animated.
Well, they are, but that's because based on that distinction is like country of origin.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough, though. I think, like, our fucking CGI animated, I don't care what the name of the fucking category needs to be, but stuff like Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, Advent Children, the god-awful Spirit Awakening, shit like that should all be, like, in the same category.
Maybe they just shouldn't do things like this, as it turns out.
But that's not true, though. Advent Children was good.
Advent Children as an
What about Kingsglaive? Kingsglaive.
It might be fine. didn't get around.
I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I haven't got that far.
I don't know.
Fuck. But, like, I thought maybe you saw it, and I was gonna get you on that.
No, but like, just when you're doing like actual animation, like, it has to have some art to it, right? It has to have a style that is at least interesting to look at or something. This just looks like a Resident Evil game that you're not playing, which is not like very appealing, I guess.
Yeah, That's fair. I agree with
as
that.
it turns out.
I don't know, man. I don't know. If they do a second one, I won't be as hyped for it. I'll still watch it just to see if they've listened to any criticism. If they didn't listen to any criticism and make specific changes, the chances of them doing a third one, I think, are slim, and the chances of me watching one is even slimmer. So, I don't know, man. It sucks, because like I said, I was more than happy to see a long series of Resident Evil because of how much I love that franchise. Because for the longest time, it's always been live action has been the fucking like Achilles heel of video game adaptations. We have the fucking forever disgusting Dragon Ball Z Evolution, which I never fucking watched and never fucking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, never watched.
Technically, legally, it is Dragon Ball Evolution. It's not
Whatever
even Z.
the fuck it is. Yeah, Dragon Ball. That's right, because Piccolo's
not
still
Vegeta
the bad
territory.
guy. Yeah, Piccolo's still the bad guy. Goku is in high school.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Anyways, and fucking Bulma doesn't have her blue hair. I mean, the fuck out of here. All right?
It's like a streak, Bulma. I think, is what they did. It's like,
I don't care. Fuck her.
We know you want that.
Yeah. So that movie looked fucking terrible. Thank God I stayed away from that.
It was.
One I didn't stay away from that I wish I would have. Fucking Avatar, which I know you don't watch, but Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I've heard terrible things. Yeah.
Fucking terrible. And that was my first introduction to the fucking Avatar thing. I'd never watched it. No. I was with two people who loved the anime and wanted to go see the movie day one, and I went with them, hoping that it would want to get me into the anime. And it did, but only because they were both so fucking disgusted with the movie. And one of them 100% like that. The other one, not like that at all. So I was like, this movie must be that fucking bad. And I loved the fuck out of the anime. The anime is fucking phenomenal. One of the best fucking animes out there. So, yeah, it's always been like that. It has always been the Achilles heel to the fucking video game adaptation. I've never wanted to see anything done live. Like when they were constantly flirting with doing a live action Halo movie, I was like, nope. Don't want to see it. No. They thought about doing live action Gears. No. But
you shouldn't do a Gears movie regardless, but live action for that would be okay because it's just like dudes.
It is, but at the same time, you know they're going to fuck the Locusts up if they do it live action with CGI. It's going to look terrible.
I mean, yeah.
Going to look terrible. But that being said, we finally had a breakthrough. It might not be the best thing that's ever happened, but it's decent enough that we can call it a W, and that's The Witcher. The Witcher Season 1 was not a letdown, and Season 2 looks fucking great so far.
Although, so here's the counterpoint. Here's the thing there.
All right, hit me.
Legally, that show is based on the books. So it's not a video game adaptation.
Fuck.
That's why it's good.
Damn it. Fuck you, JoJo. Yeah. How about that?
Like,
Jesus.
So that's great. I've only played The Witcher 3. That's the whole knowledge of that thing. And then to then
find Witcher 3
out,
as well.
Yeah, to then find out they're like, oh no, these characters that you care about are not relevant to the series. Like, the Triss is not like a big thing, and the rest of this stuff. It's like, what? No, huh?
I played The Witcher 3. I didn't play The Witcher 3, so I played The Witcher 3. I killed the fucking griffin, and then you go into the town and you sit down at the bar asking for Yennefer, and then that's where you learn how to play Gwent, and then that's all I did for the rest of Witcher 3. I went and fought every Gwent player in the game, won all the cards that I could off of them, and then I never played the game again. I literally did not touch the entire story. I just played Gwent. And then you had that last city where there's that bridge and the city's like in the middle of the water. Yeah. I looked it up on how to get in that city without doing the campaign. And like you can jump into the river, swim, and there's this one spot in the wall that if you keep jumping in a specific direction, you'll catch and it will glitch you into the city. And I did just so I could go fight the dude that runs the bar there because he was the -- Gwent player in the game.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Dedication, dude. Dedication.
Yeah. Right. So all those games are their own stories that are not the author of the books doesn't like them, and he only sold. The people making the show only have the book rights, I think. So.
Well, way to rain on my fucking parade, JoJo. Right. God damn it. I thought we had a win in the live action category. Apparently not.
We're going to do that live action Cowboy Bebop. I bet that'll fix it.
Oh, but that's not a video game either. It's an anime. And it's a manga.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're talking about Dragon Ball Evolution, so...
That's true.
Whatever.
That was just a loser category example.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel you. I mean, I could use Spirits Within. That one was fucking god-awful, but it also was a live action. So...
that Mortal Kombat movie was alright. Two of those Mortal Kombat movies are fine, actually. So, there you go. That's the high...
If that's where our bar is, that's fucking depressing, dude.
Well, this first Street Fighter movie is not good, but also it's amazing. First Street Fighter movie is so stupid. It's so good and bad. It's good. Otherwise,
fucking A, dude. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end this. I'm depressed now. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and end this show. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, comment. Let us know your thoughts. Give us your official rating, 1 out of 10, what you thought about Resident Evil. If you haven't watched it and you were hoping that me and JoJo was going to give it a glowing recommendation so you could sit down and be excited and watch it, that didn't happen. Yeah, don't.
Don't watch it.
It's honestly not worth your time. I would, if I was you, it would be more worth it to just read about it and like look up cool action scenes that involved Leon. Other than that, there's really nothing. Oh, and to go check out the very end of that last episode to see the terrible Leon walk away. You can probably even find that as a clip on YouTube. I'd be fucking surprised somebody hasn't clipped that yet and just like, look at this awful animation. So... that shit was fucking terrible. Like, I was watching it, and I was like, this is so off-putting. Like, fucking A. Anyways, we also got links down there for the merch store, our Twitters, our Twitches. You can check us out there. But again, all of this, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. We'll see you next time.